Hello everyone, and welcome back to another speed building video. So today we're going to be building a tiny little western train station home. It's very small. This is a very short speed build. I think it's only around like 10 minutes or so. So make sure you grab yourself a drink, a snack, a blanket, get comfy, and we'll just get right on into it. So yeah, like I mentioned, this is a very small build today. I really just wanted to focus more on how it looked externally as opposed to like creating this big sort of home, I guess. I've been playing a lot of Red Dead recently. I love Red Dead, so I thought I would do something kind of Red Dead-esque inspired. And there's a lot of these little like train stations and I guess just little trains and little train station not outlook center, that's not the word at all, but pretty much like little stopping points where it's like a train station by the tracks, you know. And I figured instead of doing like an actual train station, what if I tried to make it like a home instead? And so that's exactly what I did. I made it very like simply. It's just pretty much two rectangles, well actually I guess three because there's a chimney, but I wanted it to feel very like handcrafted, like someone could have built this themselves, and it probably was built by the person who lives here. And I wanted it to feel a little bit more run down and I guess as close to the western feel as I could get. So I went with a lot of these wooden features. I used a couple of different horse ranch windows, a jungle adventure window. The door that looks very handcrafted and whatnot, that is from Werewolves, and I think it fits quite perfectly. And then I used some horse ranch columns, some horse ranch stone, and yeah, just a couple of little things like that. But what I'm most proud of in this build, I guess, is just the surrounding landscaping. So I actually ended up taking a whole bunch of debug rocks, which I think you will see me do now, yep, and I just put them into the surrounding areas to make it feel like, I guess this house was surrounded by a canyon of sorts. And then I wanted it to feel like the train tracks were going through the canyon, like cutting across this person's property and going into the canyon and whatnot. And so that's exactly what I did. Yeah, so pretty much I wanted it to look visually appealing from like the outside. That's kind of what I was focusing on the most, and just doing like cute little clutter on the inside. I think if I remember correctly, I end up rotating the house and putting it on a diagonal, or maybe I'm remembering incorrectly. It's been a while since I did this build, so like apologies if there's any, what's the word, like if I say something that doesn't actually happen or whatnot, I apologize for that because like I said, it's been a while. And yeah, so I took all of these debug rocks and just put them around the surrounding landscape. Now, when this goes on the gallery, I'm not sure if these rocks are going to transfer or not, because I don't know if they're considered on the lot or not, because I did use the tool mod to like adjust some of them slightly, and I don't know if that technically took them off the lot, like especially these ones where you can see there's kind of like a hole in the rock and it's got like, it fades to black kind of. I wanted to cover the back of it with a bunch of other different rocks so that, you know, you wouldn't see the fact that it just kind of cuts off. And those rocks I don't think would transfer to the gallery, so really it was more just a fun kind of build. This isn't going in my save file or anything. I just kind of had a random spark of inspiration and just went with it. Yeah, so you'll see now that I have put the train track going across. This is just a like railroad train track thing that we got from the Horse Ranch Live Edit menu. Originally, before I ever had Horse Ranch, I had this idea to build a Wild West town, and I was going to do it without Horse Ranch because I didn't have it, and I was going to build the train tracks by hand and using a couple of different live edit objects we had. And I kind of still want to do that just because I feel like I could make them a little bit more custom, but more of the stories that I'm just trying to, I said more of the story, I think I meant moral of the story. I was just trying to like state that there is ways to make train tracks without having the Horse Ranch expansion pack. Like you just take these base game wooden planks, and I think there's some kind of bars or something. I don't remember how I was gonna do the like the actual iron parts that hold the planks together. I am not explaining that well, but hopefully you know what I mean. Yeah, so you can do it if you have base game. I mean, if you have The Sims, you're gonna be able to do it, is what I'm trying to say. I'm not explaining myself well at all. This is probably one of the worst voiceovers I've ever done. Please forgive me. But anyways, moving on from the train tracks, you will see that I put a little, I guess it's not very little, but it's a live edit train, and I tried to have it look like it's coming out of the station, so it's gonna look like, you know, the train is just coming around. Now, don't look too far past the canyon because it won't make sense, because you won't see the other half of the train, and then you're like, where is this train coming from? But it's just focus on what's within the canyon walls, because that's really what I was focusing on, and I wasn't concerned with anything else. And yeah, I also put a little I don't know if it's debug or live edit, but I think it's live edit. A little live edit, I guess, shed roof kind of situation. And then I put a little horse bed and a horse feeding trough and a little water trough, just so that, you know, the cowboy of your dreams can live here, because that's exactly what I intended this for. I don't know if I'll actually play on this lot, but I do think it could be kind of a fun lot to play on. You could make it like off the grid, and then, you know, do like some of your own farming and whatnot, and like have them do all of those things. Does that make sense? I don't know. It's been a long day for me, but I just did something cool that I wanted to point out. Is I took this base game stove that we've got that kind of looks like a wood oven stove, and then I took this wood oven fireplace that we have. Firewood stove, what is it called? You know, that thing, that fireplace that we got from Horse Ranch that looks like it's got like the pipe coming out of the wall. I took that and I merged it into the, I guess the base game stove, just to make it look a little bit more realistic, like it's an actual wood burning stove, because I mean, I figured that's probably a bit more realistic than like having a like gas fireplace that looks like it's a wood burning stove, if that makes sense. So yeah, I did that, and I was quite happy with that. And then I also took just like a normal fireplace from Horse Ranch, and then a couple of base game items actually, like this desk is base game, this the sofa's base game, all the other furniture is Horse Ranch, I'm pretty sure. Oh, actually the candlestick is base game and whatnot. Yeah. Also, we're kind of closing in on fall now. I think that I'm gonna have about one more fall video after this one is posted, and then I'm gonna have to switch on over, unless you guys still want to see some fall builds. But hopefully by the time my fall long play comes out, you guys aren't over fall yet. I wanted to have it out this week, but it just wasn't gonna happen. There's just too much to do. It's kind of a big one. There's a lot to decorate, and it's kind of on a big plot and whatnot. And so I really want to get it out this week, but I'm just way too swamped. So I'll try my best to have it out next Sunday or Monday for you guys. Also, do you guys have a preference between if I post on Sundays or Mondays? Because, I mean, there's a way for me to check, like, when you guys, this sounds so creepy, when you guys are, like, most active on YouTube. It just tells me, like, when my audience watches YouTube the most, I guess. It doesn't tell me, like, one person specifically, so you don't have to, like, freak out about that or anything, but it just says, like, oh, your viewers are more active on Sunday or Monday. And for me, it says you guys are more active on Sundays, which is why I tend to post on Sundays, because I want you guys to see it and whatnot. But I'm feeling like Mondays might end up being a little bit better for me, just schedule wise, because I don't have class that day. So if you guys have any preference between whether I do a Monday or a Sunday video or whatnot, please let me know. Or if you want any other kind of day, you can let me know and I'll see if it works for me. But yeah, I'm pretty much done this build now. Like I said, it's just a really speedy one. I tried to clutter it up with anything that felt like wooden and handmade, and like a cowboy could use it. And I'll just quickly do the bathroom, and then that's pretty much gonna be it for this build. Yeah, and I just went for, I guess, like a couple of dirty mugs and pots and pans, and like a bit of like a green earthy tone color scheme. And yeah, so I'm just quickly gonna do the bathroom, and then that's going to be it for this video. So thank you guys so much for watching. As always, if you have any comments or suggestions, things you want to see me build, make sure you leave it in the comments down below, and I will do my best to get back to you. Okay, see you all in the next video. Bye guys.